Olympic lifting right in the middle of my move mob session. If you hear something, thanks Sam. Welcome back, guys. We're here for another move mob session. We just did 16.3, which was very light power snatches into bar muscle ups, 10 and 3. At the beginning of this, after watching the announcement last night and seeing the master and the teen go through it was pretty sweet watching those guys. Kudos to them for crushing the workout. You notice that pacing was a big deal. The teen went out really fast, kind of fizzled toward the end, where the old smart guy took his time through that workout, really peaked towards the end and was able to hold on. So tried to map out a couple of things just in terms of preparation, thinking, okay, if it was possible to hit 8 rounds, what would that look like as far as split times? 7 rounds, what would that look like? And then I filmed and documented what I have. We'll go through that. But really for the prep, looking at making sure that your hamstrings are wide open. So when you go down into this, you can maintain that flat back. This isn't going to be like I'm an experienced elite level Olympic lifter. It's more, hey, you're pretty much doing a ground overhead without being able to clean it or have it touch your chest. So more of a kind of reverse muscle snatch or reverse curl into a press is what you saw what the master do last night. He was doing that really effectively because he's got good shoulder strength. But make sure your hammies are open up so you don't tweak your low back, especially since you're going to be going through some pretty good hip flexion extension. If you're trying to get your first muscle up flailing around on the bar, be careful with that. Thoracic spine extension to make sure you're protected through your shoulder as you're going through your kip phase of the muscle up, but also as you're working with your power snatches. The other thing is elbows. Elbows are going to be something that you're really going to need to focus on warming up. So when you hit that bottom position of your muscle up or really driving in there, it's not going to surprise you or tweak anything through your elbows. If you're an elbow person, make sure you roll out your forearms, roll through your kind of triceps, biceps, make sure things feel good through that. With game time and my pacing, I went through there and looked at, hey, what did I actually hit? And I started with a 41 second and then immediately went to a 1 minute kind of split time. So if you're going to do this the first time and you plan on doing it again, make sure you kind of film it, or you make sure that your coach is noting all these times so you can kind of look and see what was my split time, how much time was I resting in between reps, because this is a fast one where every repetition counts. Little missed reps here count a ton. Resting for too long counts for a ton when you're trying to get reps at the end. So make sure you kind of take a little bit more statistical approach to this. As far as recovery, as needed, shoulders and hands, shoulders and hands, shoulders and hands. Just make sure you're feeling good through your shoulders before. Make sure you hit your shoulders. Take care of hands, any tears. Wear your gymnastic straps if you need to. I did the whole time. Didn't have a problem with the snatch and really protected my palm, so I didn't have a problem. And I know I can retest this one because it's more gymnastic-y. And we're not going to tear through so much tissue as long as we have the good range of motion through thoracic spine and elbows. Now, pacing, grip, and commitment. If we go back in here, first 4 rounds were 10 and 3 unbroken. I went to 6 and 4 in the 5th round. I don't think I really needed to do that. I should have taken a little bit deeper breath, dug a little bit deeper, hit my 10, and then actually hit my 3 full reps. I went to 2 and 1 thinking, maybe I should kind of slow down on this, but I think I should have committed to that level, which would have given me enough time to at least hit 1 muscle up at the end, if not completing the full 7 rounds. The other thing was the grip. Not only the grip, being prepared for a good grip on your muscle up, but the width of my grip on the snatch. I don't think I used enough legs and was thinking of kind of doing that kind of muscle snatch with a little bit more narrow grip. What happened is I had too much cycle time at the top. I could have cut a lot of that by going into a deeper bottom position with a wider grip and been able to cycle through a lot faster. So I would suggest a little bit of a wider grip than you might think might be able to cut down on your cycle time, especially if you're 6'1". I'm 6'1", and it just seemed like it took me forever to get through 10 snatches from top to bottom. If you're a shorter athlete, you might take that into consideration as just kind of grabbing it wherever you feel comfortable and fast. But taller people might have to mess around with their grip. Take your data and modify accordingly to make sure that you can get as many reps as possible. If you get stuck at this 10 right here, 1 rep into your muscle up is going to be a huge benefit. Also, if you can get through all 3 of your muscle ups and just go gung-ho on that last set of 10, however many, that's where the big points are going to be made up. Make sure you get a couple muscle ups in, and good God, if you can get those muscle ups in, race to the bar, because those reps are going to be the ones that really separate. Good luck.